So welcome to this tutorial where we're going to be looking at bees landing or flying very close to flowers, or big round blue flowers. So here we go, guys. We've got the scamp ready, or the paper for the scamp, just A4 paper, nothing special. I'm going to reduce the size down a bit. And very simple scamp this time. We're just going to have 3 big circles. One, second one next to it, so it's just chopped behind it slightly. We're going to have another one just down at the bottom. Yeah, so we're going to put a little centre on the top of each of these to designate where the top of the flower is. So just to give you a little example, like an orange segmented, so we know where they are. We're going to have stems just disappearing down. Draw it back from the centre so it covers the angle, and make an appropriate line, i.e. you need to see it. Got that swooping round. Then we've got leaves coming off. And again, you're looking down on this, so these will be covered by the flower to some degree. We'll take a few out there. We may actually add a little bit of a few other flowers just jotting into the picture. Then we've got our little buzzy bees. All buzzy bees are a long squidged thing, like a lozenge. We've got the head, then we've got yellow, black, and then either yellow or white depending on the bee. So colour the bits in, just get used to it. And then we've got, if they're flying, the wings are going to be little triangles in the air. And if they're static, they're going to be really resting on the back. 2 legs at the front, legs jotting back at the back, and they go down and down rather than a straight line. The ones at the front really go in 3 little zips like that. Antennae on the head, again line, dot, line, dot. Worth practicing your bees just a few times from different angles. Where will the wings be? Where will the legs be? Antenna. One going the other way. Buzzy bee, legs, legs, yeah. So just practice those, and then we can put them in positions on the flowers. So we'll have like one just there, and one swooping in. Another one maybe just coming over the top here. One down here. Maybe another one just here. So we can have a few just on there. Decide on the number you like yourselves. So there's the scamp, guys. Let's get on with the painting. So we're going to transfer the image over now onto our £140 cold pressed knot paper. Let's get a simple line for a start. Relatively square to the page. Got that on. Circles. And again, if you want to put your dots down just to get the position for a start, that's a good idea. Second one. Third one. And we put in the dots at the top, tell us where they are. We may put a little bit of a few just jutting in from the sides. wherever, lines down. And we've got the leaves coming out. Crossing over like a patchwork, almost like a crazy paving. Little buzzy bees. What's on number 1, 2, 3, maybe 4. Crazy amount of bees. Bee city. There we go. So we've got all those on. So there's the drawing, guys. Transferred over, and it's straight onto the painting. So I'm going to start with clean water, Big Brian. Just going to zoop this over the top edge or edges of the flowers. So this one is the main one, this is the second, so we're chopping around that. And again around here as well. Going to start with royal blue to a coffee strength. Just swooping that round, top edge, light edge. Again, swoop it round. And again, swoop it around. So a lot of swooping around going on. A whole lot of swooping. Just let that bleed in for a second or two. And then we're going to use mauve, coffee strength. Chopping around the bee for a start. Leave him a bit of breathing space. Don't want to get mauve on his nice yellow jacket. Thinking where the light's coming from again, guys. Dropping that on. I'm going to go for Winsor Violet, coffee. Again, just draping it on. Then a little bit of Perolean Violet on the bottom one, just to break up the colour a little. Over there as well. We'll add these on separately in a few moments. Just let these bleed out a bit and add a little bit of water in there. And push out the edges just to rough them up. A bit of water just within the flower just to bring the colours together a little bit more. Always keep trying to estimate where the light's going to hit. So got those on. A little bit of tissue at the ready. Ready's about now. Throw that away. A little bit of Dangerous Dave now. Just one more quick thing with the tissue while I think about it. Make it into a little scrunch. Find out where the centre was, or the top. pick some off. Throw it away again, a lot of throwing away. I'm just going to pop back in with, let's have a look, with mauve coffee again. Bottom one, just chop round a few of these dry spots. And this will just highlight the centre at the top. Flick a few lines out. We'll go for a mix of royal blue and mauve for the second flowers. A little race around the edges with that colour. Let them just float around. Then we'll get, let's have a look. Leave the centre bit there, a bit of water around the outside. A little bit of lemon yellow and gold ochre mixed together. Sap green. I think we'll put on some cobalt blue as well. Really a tea strength, I would say, not too heavy at all. Just throw a little bit of mauve in the corner. A little bit of blue. Same colours as the centres, but they're all muted colours just to suggest the flowers, but not overly shout about them. Pick up any excess you've got. Let that float around for a bit. Going to use my Miss Riggs now. Just use a little bit of water and flick lines in and out of the flowers so it's into the background. So blends them together a little. I'll just dive on again with Dangerous Dave, Cobalt Blue, mixed with a little bit of Windsor Violet. This is the top, so a few little marks around the top. Then drag lines out from that position. Same again, around the top centre bit. Pull lines out, smaller for a start. Clockwork or anti-clockwork, whichever you prefer. Remember to try and keep the dark, or make darker, the tones on the dark side, away from the light. Put all those on. Let's have a little bit of the Windsor Violet, Coffee Strength, and we'll just chop this in around a few leaves as well. Just using the straight edge of the brush. With a little bit of tissue, I'll just pick off a little bit of area, make dry already, doesn't really matter, just where the buzzy bees are. I think we had one just there as well, maybe even one here. Got that on. And now buzzy bee time. I'm just going to use my mini Dave this time. Going to go with lemon yellow, light still coming this way, so more or less just go one side of the bee where the light's hitting. And the dark side I'm going to go for gold ochre. tad of Indian red. Get that on. Now I'm just going to get a bit of tissue again, fold it up, and then just pick a little bit off. Really a couple of lines just going across. And then still with Mini Dave, a mix of Indian red and cobalt blue. Start just, let's have a look. Top one. Try not to make the shape too perfect. So scroll in the colour around the B shape. So I think I'll have the head at the bottom on this fella. Don't miss that one out. Got those on. A bit darker just underneath here. Let them settle a bit and go back in and pick out some darker shapes. So going with royal blue, not royal blue, ultramarine blue and Windsor violet. This is the top flower, so we just put a little bit of dark stuff around here to pick out the negativeness of this one. Always pushing the lines back in along the line of direction to the centre, which is along here. Bit of darker stuff just at the centre as well that we picked out earlier. Cerulean violet, just scrolling around the centre again. boisterous marks there with the back end of Mini Dave. So we get some strong areas on and then some nice weaker areas as well. So we're not saturated at all with one strength. And we can add to that as we just move through it. So we shall use, let's have a look, Mr. Riggs now. Just a bit of sap green, Perulian green mix. I can pick out a few little areas. So there's a flower here, just here as well. So just putting the colour down. Then bleeding it off with water. Cleaning the brush. So that just negatively lifts those out simply from the background. A little bit of line work about a few leaves. I think when I've got Miss Riggs on, I've just got a bit of indigo now, just to really a cream strength. I'll just flick a few little bits of this on the centres. That will attract the eye as the face on tiny flowers. key to this is just scrolling around that centre, always thinking where that centre is. And then this one will be a different position, so it's facing in all the time. So we've got that on. Let's have a little look. Let's go for the wings. So I've just got Mini Dave with a bit of water on. Run some along the back, so these are the flying guys. So just agitate the colour. Just go in and pick them off. So they're very light, that's what we want. One just here. What you can just do is just accentuate the colour around the edge of the bee. And around the wing. So just drag that round just to get the shape in and bleed it off. So I just want that to pick it out slightly. So it's just the top edge, very lightly done. And just pick off the appropriate colours around. I.e. green background on this one. Put it on and bleed it off. So they're just floating about still, as bees do. I'm going for a little bit of indigo, cobalt blue. Let's get the bits on. Antenna. Fronty legs. Backy legs. And really just a misted suggestion for the legs and antennas better, again, than too much specifics. One more just here, same sort of colouring. So really just tapping the brush down on those. I think we've got, now then, really the stalks on stems of mine are covered, but I'll put maybe one just in here. So there's the centre. That would go down there, so you can see a chad of greenery. Another one there. And I think finally a bit more depth in some of the greenery around the background. Just using the negative painting just to emphasise a few points, and maybe even around the buzzy bee's wing. A few more just little marks on the florals. What we could do as well, just with flat fill, a bit of water on him. Just at the back of the flying bees. A few speed bumps. And I think maybe a little bit of splattering on the flowers, mauve, Miss Riggs. Cream. And maybe on the fake flowers as well. So there we go, guys, there's our busy bee time on the blue flowers. One for you to have a go at in your leisure, so you don't have to do as many bees or as many flowers, or you can actually double up if you like. So give it a go, guys, enjoy it, and enjoy your loose journey always.